What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's Rick NSX. We are in the Dragon's Fury campaign, heading into mission 8, cap over Tinian, whatever. Anyway, so today we are going to be capping north of Guam. We actually have some reinforcements flying in. We've got some people coming in, so things are starting to ramp up. We are getting some backup and some supplies delivered, so we're going to cap, make sure China doesn't do anything stupid, so let's get underway.
Morning, Chief. How copy? Loud and clear. Loud and clear. I told you I'd bring her back, Code 1. Yeah, you did. Thanks. It was covered in salt, though. I was flying low. What can I do? Yeah, solidify gas on this wave. I got lanyards and pins all checked and ready. Chief, ready to start? Clear for start. Clear front. Clear aft.
All right, let's go ahead and get her started.
Good start. 6 green. EPU off. Clear to remove EPU pin. All clear for run-up.
All right, so today we're just running a standard air-to-air loadout, so 2 AIM-120s and 4 AIM-9s. We'll be capping just north Guam, so shouldn't need any targeting pods or anything like that.
Surface control check. Flight controls clear. Clear. Roll left. Check. Roll right. Check. Nose down. Check. Nose up. Check. All good. Bring it back, Code 1, please. Good luck. Contact ground after INS is up. Thanks, Chief. I'll do my best.
So in addition to the missiles, we do have 2 wing-mounted pods, 370 gallons of pop. And we've got an ECM jammer, making sure that whatever's out there doesn't get us.
24 left, right on Bravo, left on Kilo, hold short, 24 left. Right on Bravo, left on Kilo, short runway 24 left, Uzi 1112. 1112, check on uniform. Check. Channel 1. Check on Victor. Check on Victor 145.8. Roger.
All right, let's get this party moving. Alright, let's get down here, get lined up, and get off the runway. Here we go. Mill power. Alright, gears coming up. Steerpoint 1 is over our right shoulder. A Patriot missile site telling us that it's keeping an eye on us.
Busy flight Andersen, switch to dark star control, uniform 355.5. Roger, 355.5. 1-2, switch to uniform, channel 2. Roger, uniform 2.
Alright, let's double check this. We are on our way to 26,000 at Steerpoint 1. So we will
1-2, check on uniform.
make our way up.
Check, channel 1. Check on Victor. Check on Victor 145.8. Dark Star, Uzi flight with you. Uzi, picture clear. I have friendly southeast. Continue. Roger, friendly southeast. Wilco.
So in today's flight, we are scheduled for a cap, but there does appear to be some chance that China is going to be pushing.
Dude, how's your guy back home?
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
He's worried sick with all that's going on. Yeah, I know. My folks are losing it too. With all the crap with those satellites and all that, they don't get the news all that quick and they're worried sick. Still with your folks? Well, she didn't like it when I was away all the time and she filled in the gaps. I got a Dear John letter one day. Oh man, that sucks. Did you guys talk about it at least? Nah, I think she was seeing someone, and I have my pride too. Must be the guy that was left behind. Nope, a deadbeat sweetheart from high school. Shut up, man. It's probably for the better. I think you're right. The whole thing was in a crappy state for quite some time. It's just taking time to adjust.
Alright, coming up on 20,000. So, as I was saying, there is some evidence, some reporting that says that China is going to try to move some supplies or some people using helicopters down towards Saipan or Tinian. And so there's a chance we'll get retasked, but for now, we're going to set up a cap station between 1 and 2, and we'll just fly lazy, very elongated ovals as we wait for our friends from the States to get to the airport. So that's kind of the plan for now. We'll just have to see how this mission unfolds. Alright, so we're just under 8 miles to go, and we'll hang a right and head to Steerpoint 2. And actually, with about 30 seconds to go, I'm going to go ahead and start that right-hand turn. Just so we don't overfly Steerpoint 2. Steerpoint 1, I don't really want to get out and test the resolve of their HQ7s or anything like that, so...
I'm sure this gaggle from southeast won't remain unnoticed. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but we have good coverage now with the Patriots and NASA's. It'll be difficult to try something.
Alright, so we got one coming up in 7.5, or 2, Steerpoint 2 coming up in 7.5 miles, so we will make a left-hand turn at waypoint 2, Steerpoint 2, which means we will probably fly a couple miles north of our cap line, or the direct line between 1 and 2. I'm not going to say it's the cap line. Alright. Here's the end of our cap station. Set it back to Steerpoint 1. I'm going to make that left-hand turn. We are pulling about 2.5 G's right now. So, not the tightest turn we could make, but a fairly tight turn. Again, just trying not to really go too deep out into enemy territory.
Dark Star, I have new tasking for you. Head 020 towards Tinian. I have slow movers taking off from Saipan.
020.
Hostile, weapons free. Roger, 1-2, stick with me. Got it. Nose is hot.
Slow movers taking off, which means they're going to be low and slow. So it'd be a good idea for us to get down there. I do not want to have a whole bunch of altitude on them, because it'll be hard for my missiles to look down on them and distinguish them from, you know, the water, land, whatever we're looking at. So so we've got 2 AIM 120s, 4 AIM 9s. Should be able to do some damage with those, I would hope. Here's that 5,000 foot call out. We do have our first bogey. Keep an eye out for SAM launches and things like that, but and that's going to be the trick there, is these things are in the weeds. So keeping a lock while we fire on them. May prove tricky. Alright, we got 710 knots closure. I'm getting ready to cut this first AIM 120 loose. Light, engage. Bandits. Box 3. Alright, so I'm going to send that first one out. It is now pit bull. What I'm going to do is I'll let that one connect. Because the other thing I don't want to do is let the bad guys, SAMs or ships, unload on me. That would be patentedly a bad idea. So we are going to swing around now. Pull the throttles back so we can cut this turn. Not going to give them the satisfaction. Get one off the rails late, so they don't have time to. So they don't have time to throw out the flares. This guy, for some reason, is standing out, so he's getting popped. Alright, so I got one more sitting there on my left wing. Gonna rip around this circle. Got a whole fleet of them right here. Probably seemed like a good idea to shoot at me. But it wasn't.
Winchester. Copy Uzi 1-1 RTB.
Alright. We are gonna RTB. Alright, so we're going to open up the throttles, because I don't want to get shot.
We got you. Uzi 1-1. We're en route. ETA 4 minutes.
Alright, so we've got 7,600 pounds of fuel, so we're gonna unload some of that in full afterburner here. Pushing just at Mach 1.2. we're trying to get back within that safety net. Here's Mach 1.3. This little bird moves. Alright, there's Mach 1.4. We're definitely cooking. Alright, so we are back within inside the safety net. There are some, I believe they are eagles, if I'm not mistaken, to our west, and they have started to engage that pop-up group. So I am definitely going to pull back the throttles. We are 42 miles from the air base, the airfield. Still traveling at Mach 1.1, despite not being in burner. We've just crossed back subsonic. I imagine we will begin hearing call-outs here any second for missiles in the air. $197 for 2-2, down to pattern altitude. So we're about 2 minutes out, and in fact I'm going to pull the throttles back because I don't want to accelerate, because we do have some altitude to unwind. Now I know I hammered. I don't believe any of my missiles missed. That's first and foremost. But out of the 6 missiles I fired, I don't know that I got more than 2, maybe 3 downed helicopters. So we'll just have to see how that goes. Honestly, I think that last missile hit 2 helicopters at once, which would be insane, but I mean, obviously it only hit, well, it probably exploded between the two of them and hit both of them. Did some damage. With that said, it was unlikely to take down both of them, or even really one of them, if that's the case. So. Alright, because we've got landing operations, I am going to hold my altitude a little higher. That's probably mid-filled. We'll go ahead and cut left. Yep, there's those call-outs beginning. Alright, so we'll go ahead and spin around here. We're going to drop the landing gear. Get lined up for this landing. Alright, here we go. Pulling back the throttles. We're just a little left of the runway. And a little high. Alright, stop floating. Man, that worked out beautifully. Got in between two sets of planes. So we will taxi back to parking and shut her down. Hopefully we did disrupt some of their operations. Like I said, I don't know how many of those missiles actually destroyed the helicopters. But I know that I hit with them. So I'd be willing to say I fired 6, hit 5. here in a minute. We'll shut her down and we'll go to that summary and see how we did. As you can see, there are a couple of planes in front of me. There are planes coming in for landing, so very busy here at the Air Force Base, which is good. We've needed the reinforcements and the supplies. And we are ready to start taking it to the enemy, so we'll probably start doing that now that we've got all this coming in. So now I'll admit, I do think I took a hit. I haven't seen any obvious damage in terms of functionality. I don't have any warning lights, but I do think I took a hit from one of the helos. We'll just have to... Oops. Sorry guys, I'm going to cut between y'all so that I can wrap around to my own group over here. But again, it didn't affect any of my systems as far as I know. So all good. All right, look at that. We're back. Brought it back. Probably code 1.5. I don't know for real, but let's go ahead and get it shut down. Get the canopy open. Go ahead and shut the power off. Once that's open, we will head to that summary page and see how we did. Let's do it. All right, 7 of 8 planes were taken down by the time we exited. That's good. 12 of 16 helicopters. So, moment of truth. My guess was 3. 12 went down. Let's check it out. Look at that. Okay, I can accept that. I got 4. I got 4. So, we did say, I felt pretty confident about hitting people with missiles. Oh, that's wild. I got 2 with that AIM 120, my second one fired. So I got 114 and 113 from that group. And this is a double. So one of the AIM 9s did miss. I missed with one of the, with one of those. But that second AIM 9 hit for double. So ultimately I hit 7 with 6 missiles. That's pretty good. I only took down 4 total, but I hit 7 of them with 6 missiles. All day long. That's victory in my book. So 100% result, 120 score for missiles hit. Feel pretty good about that. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and watching. Yeah, this was a good mission, so looking forward to seeing where we go from here. Like I said, we've got some reinforcements landing, some new supplies, so maybe we can take the fight to them. We'll find out in the next episode. Until then, it's Rick NSX. Thanks for watching.